Hello everybody, welcome back to my page. I'm Laura with Chocolate Chocolate Designs. Say hello when you jump on. Hit that heart button for me, and in just a minute I'm going to give you a keyword to type in. You guys, we are on part 2 of our resin creations tonight. So we'll see how these turned out as we unmold our resin and then try another technique using a couple of the other ones that we made. So you guys, I did not change the keyword from last night. It is the same as it was, spooky. Everything is still the same as it was last night, but say hi when you jump on. Hello, Tracy and Elizabeth. Hello, Jan and Linda and Maxine. How are you guys doing? Welcome to Club Maxine. I saw that today. Welcome, girl. Hello, Carol. Hi, Wendy. Hello, Crystal and Karen and Kelly. And Leanne and Becky, hi all of my friends. You guys are awesome. Spooky is the keyword, you guys. And the links for the stuff that I use that you can't get on my site is also in there for everything that I could, okay? So make sure you guys are grabbing that cart link, getting all the things. Hey, Mary, how are you? Hi, Brenda. Hello, Karen and Patty. Hello, you guys. How are you guys doing? Awesome. Okay, so y'all, let's go ahead and get these over here. Hey, Teresa. Hey, Cheryl. And I'm going to tell you guys a little bit about what I did last night. Hey, Carol. Because I did play around with resin a little bit more before I went to bed. Oh, my gosh. Hi, Elizabeth and Linda. Hi. Oh, my gosh. Margie. Hi, Tina and Patty. Hi, Kay. Hi, Linda. Hi, Jackie. All right, so I've got my resin over here. Hi, Zany. One of these days I'm going to get it right. I am. I swear to you, it's hard for me when the names don't match, but I try so hard. And there's like 5 of you. So I'm getting there. I'm getting there. Hey, Missy. Hello, Holly. Hello to everybody. If I missed your name, I apologize. All right. Oh, Karen, I must not have seen it yet. But yeah, definitely. I will check it out and see what's going on there. So try to send me a message as well. Sometimes those come through a little bit better. Hi, Joni. Hi, Renee. Hi, Julie. Thanks for sprinkling. All right, you guys, let's take a look at the first 2 that we did yesterday. And we'll unveil these first, or unmold these first. And then I'm going to tell you a little bit about what I did over here. And we're going to work on a couple of these ones too. Okay, hey, Dottie. All right, so the first one is the kitty cat. We did this one with the acetate sheet. And, well, you guys, it looks like I had a lot of air bubbles in there in the acetate sheet. What happened with this one that didn't happen with the last one, I really don't know. But you guys, it looks all right. I also have a spot right there in the middle. I don't quite know how come it's so dark black over here and it's not over here. Y'all, resin is new to me. I am still playing with it, but I do think that it looks cute to have that kitty cat right in there, and it's sealed and it's going in the right direction, okay? Corey, we're not going to be long tonight either because my son has a friend over and we're doing a slumber party. All right, here's the other one. This one is the castle. And oh my gosh, it did the same thing. You guys, I don't know why it worked so well on the bookmarkers were done with the UV resin, and these were done with the other resin, and it did not do the same thing with the acetate sheets with the UV. So I don't know why it actually looks better on the back side than what it does on the front. Can you guys see the difference? This is the back side. This is the front side, and it actually looks better on the back. So y'all, I don't know. I'm still playing with resin. I'm still trying to figure it out. I'll tell you some other things that I did figure out last night. I still think that they're cute. I would still use them. Oh, good. Your resin bookmarks were a fail. Oh, no. The cat had an x-ray. It kind of looks like it, doesn't it? A little bit. All right. So then we also did this one right here last night. And we're going to see if our little bats showed up or if they didn't. But with this one, we used the mica powder. And this is actually the stand that the coasters go in. Now, you guys, I have a little bit of a confession to make too. I thought I had another bottle of UV resin, and I'm almost out. Oh my gosh, this one's a little bit harder to get out of the mold. You almost got to completely roll it. And pull like crazy. Holy cow, hi Carol. Okay, so I was right in my assumption last night. It just totally looks like blood though. I do love the color with that red mica powder, but you cannot see our bats in here at all because the mica powder was definitely thick enough that you can't see where those bats are at. And I had a feeling that might happen. So where did you get that from with the coasters? This actually, the stand comes with the coasters. The stand mold comes with the coaster molds. So they all come in a set. You get 5 of these and 1 of these and 2 bottles of the resin. But y'all, I think that that turned out awesome for a Halloween like coaster thing. We're totally going to use that. I love the color, and that was just Dollar Tree mica, you guys. Hi, Mona. That looks awesome. That was awesome. And you can see, there's actually one little speck right there where our bat was at. One little speck. All right. Now let me tell you about what else I did last night. And we're going to work with these today. I went online and I was doing a little bit of research as to what else you can do with resin. And one thing said that you could use paper in resin as long as you sealed it first. And I wanted to know, like, can I laminate it and use it laminated? And it was like, no, that really doesn't work. But what you can do is you can use Mod Podge on your paper and then like to seal the piece of paper and then put the piece of paper in there. And so I tried that last night and I had some cute scrapbook paper that I really, really liked. And I love the design that's left on there, but it left a humongous air bubble right in my resin right there. You guys can see my big air bubble that's in there. Now we're actually going to try to fix that air bubble today, but it's going to be fixed and still be clear. It kind of has a cool effect though, I think. But my paper also started to lift in the back. And so it's not exactly sitting flat in the back the way that I would have hoped that it would have. But I still think that it turned out pretty darn cool. But we do need to fix that because if we don't, then we've got this spot right here that's really, really thin. And you can kind of move it around a little bit. And so I have another one that I did the same thing with. But this time I used a black resin in the back. And it just overtook the paper altogether. Okay, so, and then the paper lifted in the back corner up here and in this corner over here. And it just didn't quite work out how I wanted it to. We're going to try to fix it a little bit today, though. I have some ideas. We're still going to do some stuff. And then I tried one more thing, you guys. I tried one more thing with the resin. Hi, Donna. Thank you, Dale. And with this one, I took the rest of my black and the rest of my purple with packaging tape. Oh, that's a good idea, Linda. I never would have thought of packaging tape. I took what was left of my black and my purple from this one, and I just kind of marble affected it. And I used acrylic paint. And you guys, look at how cool that one looks. I think that that one right there turned out pretty darn awesome. I mixed the colors with acrylic paint, used the black and the purple together, and then just kind of swirled it around and tried to marbleize it. And I think that that turned out really, really cool. Really cool. You've laminated things and used it? Awesome. I like that one a lot too. I do. So because these ones right here are a little bit more imperfect, we're going to try to fix these ones. And we're going to chalk on these ones and see what we can do. So the first thing that I want to try, you guys, first of all, I only have a little bit of our resin left, and I'm gonna need this. Yeah, yep, it sure can be. I realize that. But that wasn't the UV though. That was the other one. So I'm gonna save my the little bit of UV I got in here with this, and I didn't have any more. So I went to Hobby Lobby today and I got some UV resin. But you guys, it's not the same thing. It's super, super thick, and I don't like it. I don't like it at all. It's from Hobby Lobby, you guys. It looks like this. I would say the quality of ours is so much better. So much better than the stuff that I got at Hobby Lobby. Like, no kidding, I will probably never buy this again because it's so incredibly thick. So here's what I'm going to try to do. Are you guys ready for this? I'm getting my power tools out. Now, it shouldn't take much, but I have a couple of bubbles in here. And I'm just going to drill a hole right in there. And I want to try to get down to that bubble. Now I wish I had a needle or something to put it in there. Hello, everybody. All right, so I'm drilling a hole right there where that bubble's at. Drilling a hole right here where this bubble's at. With my drill. And I'm going to attempt, you guys, maybe I should make my hole bigger. I think I should, because I would have to have a needle. They have an actual tool to use in resin to make holes. Well, I don't have one of those. But I wish that I had like a little hypodermic needle to squirt this in there, but I don't. Let's put gloves on. Let's put on some gloves, you guys, because I might make a mess. Because we are totally experimenting with all of this resin stuff today. Okay? Totally experimenting. Where did I put my other thing at? And I need those. Hold, please. They're over here. Just in case this squirts everywhere and makes a big mess, I've got a couple of little silicone mats here that I can put down, and that way I can just go ahead and you have that drill. If it makes a mess on the silicone, I can just put the whole silicone thing right under the UV light, let it harden, and then pull it right back off. So, you guys, leave it to me to try to what out of what? To try out of the box things. Absolutely, I'm always going to try the out of the box things for sure. All right, let's try it, you guys. Let's try. This is, like I said, really thick resin from Hobby Lobby. Oh, it's working. It's working, but this is so thick. I can barely even squeeze the jar. And then as soon as I unsqueeze the jar, it sucks it back in. And then it squirted it right back out. What? What? Okay, so there's air in there, which means that we need another relief hole, don't we? One to put the resin in and the other one to let the air out. Otherwise, it's just going to come right back out on us. You guys, that makes a lot of sense, doesn't it? You can't just expect you're going to balloon it all up if you try to throw something in there and there's no room for it. All right, let's try this again. Let's try this again. That time, This time with a relief hole so that the air can come out, because that makes sense, right? We're going to think smart tonight. We're going to think smart. A hole to go in and a hole to let the air out. Once it starts oozing out of the other hole, then I should know that it's filled, correct? That's what I'm thinking. See, now it's not sucking back into my bottle. And it's filling in the space. Woohoo! It's going to work, you guys. It's totally going to work. And I'm right. There's a ton of air. You're scared to try resin? Why? Why? Just play with it. Just play around. See what happens with it. Oh no. Okay, it still didn't completely fill in, but we've got a lot more filled than it was, okay? A lot more filled than it was. I'm down to my last little wipey here too. I went to the store and got more today. You finally got all your cleaning supplies packed up? Huh? Oh, all but cleaning supplies packed. Totally intimidates you. Why? Watch me play with resin for a bit then and just kind of see what you want to do with it. But this stuff is seriously so incredibly thick. All right, we got a lot of bubble out of there. We still got a couple of them, but much, much, much better than it was. I'm going to clean off that extra that's in there. And we're going to let this sit under that UV light and see what happens with it, okay? And let's do the same with these two if we can. They are not plastic or breakable, no. I don't have, oh, you know what? I do actually have protection for my eyes. I forgot that I bought goggles. No, I didn't buy them. I found them. Okay, are you guys happy now? Someone used their heat tool and it took the bubbles out. Is your coaster plastic or glass? It's resin. It's not either plastic or glass. It's resin. All right, you guys, we need another relief cut. There. And there. Bunch of videos on resin on YouTube that are very good. I should probably spend more time watching videos. Because I do a lot of just experiment and see what happens and hope for the best. All right, that one we got to fill in. And that one kind of. We'll just see what happens. I've got a little UV light over here that I'm putting them in. And we're going to try to get them. And then the holes are filled in with the resin too. So those should just disappear. But this resin here, not very good. It's just not. It's just not. And I should have put that under the light. I did not. How do my goggles look, y'all? They're so scratched up, I can't see a thing. Oh, man. See, I just play around and see if I like what I get. All right, for this one here, I'm not quite sure what I want to do with this one. Because we're going to use our other two transfer pieces. I almost just like this one the way that it is. I don't know. I don't know. Let's see what's happening with these guys, though. It looks like the spots where I got the resin in there, it looks good. Oh, thank you. The spots where I got the resin, it looks good. It definitely have, my bubble is a lot smaller than what it was. But we're waiting for it to completely cure. You guys see how now I have 3 small bubbles instead of having that one big humongous one? The resin light I got on Amazon, and if you type the keyword in there, there's a link to that in the supply list and more when you get a message from me. Use 6 bottles now. I need to get more. I wish I would have gotten more. It's filling it in really, really, really well. I'm just not being patient enough. I want to do this. I kind of just like this one just how it is. This will be my Halloween set, y'all. But I do kind of like the effect that the, remember we used chalk paste in there and it almost looks like it's glittery in the inside. It's like little speckles of paste. Instead of really coloring it, it almost made it like a glitter. Looks like ghost in there from the, yeah, it does kind of a little bit. Oh. All right, let's check this one. It does kind of, so you guys can see that it's been filled in a little bit more, which is going to make it stronger. Okay. That one's still sticky on the outside, so I must not have wiped it down good. But yeah, just you guys, this little UV light is really, really cool. And I have gel nails, so it probably makes the gel on my nails even stronger every time that I put my hand under there. Oh, man. It's still sticky. Yeah, this stuff's not good. I wouldn't use that stuff again. That stuff from Hobby Lobby. Not good. Not good at all. Do not recommend. Okay, you guys, we're almost ready to move on to this next step. I think I'm going to do this one right here last because this one right here is actually setting up. Yes. All right. We're going to keep letting that one go for a little bit. I'm going to take these off because we're done with resin for just a little bit. I'll put them back on, or I'll put on a different set when we're ready to do the other part. Okay, so we've got these ones right here now that have got that paper in there. It didn't turn out perfectly. You bought the same UV stand. Awesome. And now we're going to do something a little bit different. So for these ones right here, we use the acetate sheets on the inside to get our design in there. For these ones, now that we've got them, all the resin that's on there, and we've got our paper inside or whatever we want to do, we have a flat surface for our resin. Oh, that's not. That still feels sticky to me. Oh my goodness. I don't want it to be sticky because I don't want any of that resin on the back of my transfer, y'all. That's my issue right now. So let's see if it's resin sticky or if it was just because of something else sticky. Okay, I think we're good. I think it was, I don't know, but we're good. All right, here we go. Here we go, you guys. We're going to grab our transfers up. We got the pumpkin to do now. And we've got the crow. So for this one here, we're going to use the pumpkin one. And I think I'm going to choose our new marmalade color to do this one in. Just the pumpkins and marmalade. We're going to do the background there in that, oh man, I put everything away today and I should not have done that. Where is it? There it is, in the shimmer shadow, okay? So here we go, a good fuzz on here. I'm going to try to cover my bubbles as much as I can underneath a piece of transfer. There we go. That's probably the best spot for it then. Right there. And I'm going to go ahead, and this time I'm going to do, try your flashlight on it. Oh, I could have done, well, it's good. It's good. It was just, I don't know. I don't know. We're good. Hi, Brittany. All right, we're going to do orange for the pumpkins. We're going to do black for everything else. Right on top of the UV, of the resin. Under that resin light or UV light, I'm sorry, this is supposed to leave. So Linda, yes, but since the resin is actually up on the inside of it because we just filled in bubbles, the actual resin that I'm chalking on has been sitting for over 48 hours because it was the epoxy resin that we started with last night. I just put UV resin inside the bubbles to let those cure, and then I had it under there. Well, 3 clicks of that 120 was, what is that? I don't even know. I played with it for a little bit, but I kept pushing the button too while we chatted. I think we're good. It's not oozing out or anything, and it feels hard now. So we're going to go ahead and do our chalk paste on it at this point in time. All right, so we're going to do black right on top, you guys, of our resin coasters. And these were not done with UV resin. These were done with the epoxy resin on yesterday's live, and we've let them sit for 48 hours or 24 hours. We just filled in our bubbles with the UV. And then we're going to put it back under the UV light in just a little bit too. I think I get impatient when I'm on here too. But we'll make it work. All right, so there's that part. Hensley's keeping on your toes, even when sick. Oh no. And some orange pumpkins. This is the marmalade color. That other one's going to be good and done. And I'm doing the stems too, you guys. In the marmalade. All right. Now we can pull this up, and we've got our chalk paste on the outside of the resin instead of being on the inside of it. And you guys can see, look at how cool that looks though. Hi, Linda. I still think that looks pretty darn awesome. Y'all, and then we're going to seal this in. We're going to seal this in, and I'm going to show you guys how to do that in just a little bit, okay? She's finally on the mend. Good. Good. Oh, I got no towels in here. Y'all, things are a mess right now, apparently. Oh, my goodness. I got to keep walking off camera for everything today. All right. So there's our pumpkin one. It does. It kind of looks like there's ghosts behind them, doesn't it? All right, and then for the other one, we're just going to use the black. The shimmer shadow, okay? This one should be plenty good enough now. We're still going to wipe it off, just to make sure it's nice and clean before we put our transfer on there. but the air bubble inside significantly decreased having done that. It looks like spooky clouds. Yes, it does. That's what I love about Halloween. You really can't mess up a Halloween project. But you guys, you could definitely put, geez Louise, why is that still sticky ice? That's been under there for plenty enough time, I promise. But whatever's on there, I do not want that to be on the back of my transfer. So we got to get that off of there. I did sell the mason jar from the other night. Yes, I did. And that other one. I sold them both. This Hobby Lobby resin really, really stinks, y'all. Zero out of 10, do not recommend. I love our resin, but the Hobby Lobby stuff, it's UV resin and it's not curing with the UV light. So I don't know what else to do. The flashlight is just another UV light. That's the one that actually comes with the kit. With the UV resin that we sell on my site, you can get the UV flashlight that goes along with it. But that's what sets the UV resin and makes it hard. All right, you guys, let's try the crow on this one. You bought some from Amazon? Does that one work pretty well, Carol? Apparently you've got to be careful with it because they both say hard type, but like the one from our company actually says on here that it is, no, not that one. This one right here says on here somewhere, which one says it? Oh, right on the front. Ours actually says hard type, thin type. Hard type, thin type. So maybe if you guys are looking for UV resin in other places, try to find the thin type because anything else seems to be just not good. The thin type is awesome. And I didn't realize that there was a difference in different types of UV resin. I thought hard type was all hard type. It's not. It doesn't say whether it's anything other than, like it doesn't say thin type on it. It just says regular. It doesn't even say regular. It just is regular. And it's just not the same. And I don't like it. All right. Just black velvet for this crow, y'all. Or not black velvet. Shimmer shadow. For the crow. These two colors here, y'all, I can't even think. The shimmer shadow and then the color we used last night, Regal, are currently on my site and in a Christmas in July sale as a set on sale. So you get both of them together at a discounted price. All right, you guys, we're almost done. Almost done, and then we're going to pull this guy right off of here. Just want to get all my excess paste off. You got a bottle from the Amazon, haven't tried it yet. Hopefully it's the same thing. Because I would have thought that they would all be the same. And so I thought, oh yay, I've got a backup one that I can use. Since I didn't order more, since I didn't have an extra bottle like I thought that I did. All right, you guys, there's our crow. Looking so spectacular. Oh my gosh, I love these ones. I honestly am starting to think that I like chalking on the outside better than trying to do the acetate sheets on the inside for these, for the big coasters. All right, those are all sprayed down now. Yeah, do you know what kind you guys got? So the acetate sheets works really, really well on the bookmarkers. As you guys can see, because we've got the definitely not smut on the inside with an acetate sheet with the UV resin, but it didn't work as well with acetate and the two-part epoxy resin. So there you guys go. Acetate works great with UV, not so much with two-part epoxy. We're learning something. But I definitely love the paper back there. I think that design is really cool. All right, so here's what we're gonna do, y'all. We're gonna get these nice and dried up. Seriously dried up. That's okay, Carol, how are you doing? I think our spooky pumpkins look good. I think our crow looks good. Thank you, Terry. They're not perfect, but they still look awesome. And I might even go over these ones again with that transfer and just do it on the outside since the acetate sheet didn't work out so well for me. Just to make these ones kind of match the other ones. I could always do that, y'all. And then it's just going to give it kind of a shadow appearance. All right. So now that these are nice and dry, we're good, you guys. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take our resin, okay, because I still have a little bit left, but I didn't want to use all of it to fill in those holes. Thank you so much. Now what I'm going to do, oh, put some gloves back on, Laura. Put your goggles back on. Goggles and gloves, you guys. Goggles and gloves. Love the crow. It's so spooky. I think it turned out awesome. That crow sure did. But just Mod Podging the paper curled too much. And then it didn't want to sit flat inside of the two-part epoxy resin. So possibly packing tape would be a better idea than Mod Podging those to seal them. All right, you guys, here's what we're going to do. I'm going to take some of our UV resin now. Ready for this? I know, Janet! Hopefully I have enough to do both. If not, then I will have to wait till I get another bottle in. But what I love about this resin is that it actually will move around because it's more like a liquid. It's more like a water. You can use a paintbrush to do this. Whoops, I made it drip. See, that's why we've got that on there. Can you make, you could, but it would take a lot of UV resin to make these coasters. Just because of how extremely thick they are. So I just want to coat this right over top of the paste and make sure that everything is covered with that UV with the UV resin, you guys. And like I said, I don't have a ton of it, so I'm trying to be careful and use it sparingly. So that I can do both of these coasters. but you just want a thin layer to sit right on the top. It will self-level, and you want it to sit over top of all of that paste. I'm a little bit scared I'm not going to have enough to do them both. Do I have a backing on these? No. Janet, you probably know a lot more about UV resin than I do. I am just trying to cover this up, and then I'm going to slide it right under my light and let it go. Because I like to experiment, and I don't know a whole lot about the UV resin. I'm just trying it out. I practice and I try things while I'm live and just kind of see what works and what doesn't work. And I think we have no more bubbles. And every inch of this is covered with UV resin. You guys, I think we're good. Okay, there's no backing on these. All right, with the UV resin on there, now I'm going to go ahead and just slide this. Oh, there's a cup. There's a little, oops, whoops. The cap wasn't on it. I needed a couple more, just little itty bitty squirts there. And then I'm going to hit it. Sandra, what in the world nail salon are you at that they are open right now? Girl! You must be like California or something. Pam, you probably got a thick one just like I got it first. All right, I'm going to add a little bit. There we go. Just to get rid of those bubbles, you guys. It created more space, though I had it evenly done. Ah! All right, we're going to call it. We're going to put it under the UV light. And we're going to seal that paste in with a layer of like top coat UV resin, okay? On top. Oh, that makes sense. On top of our 2-part epoxy resin. And just let that go. Okay, let's see what happens. Alcohol is 91% alcohol. It needs to be at least 91% alcohol. 1 month? Oh my gosh, girl. That's a long time. Safe travels to ya. All right, let's hope I have enough. Oh yeah, there's way more in this bottle left than I thought that there was going to be. I'm going to carefully go from side to side, top to bottom. And then move it out to my edges, I think. I don't want it to fall over my edges, you guys. So, and no hubby, oh my gosh, what's he going to do with all of his time? Did you prepare a month's worth of food for him? Or is he a good cook? Because I would have to prepare stuff, I think. Or he would eat fast food with the kids nonstop. Oh, you guys, I think this one is going to be my favorite one. Honest to goodness, I think the crow is going to be my favorite. Okay, I'm just carefully moving some of that UV resin out to the side so it doesn't just kind of flow over the edges. I just want it on the top here. Not all over the place. He can cook. Okay, good. Did you ever hear a food cart? What? Yeah, our UV resin is definitely for thin pours. So like for coasters like this, you can do UV as a top coat, but you wouldn't want to do the entire coaster with a UV. But let's see what happens. I say that, but I've never actually done it. The research that I've done says that this will work, that it will adhere to the epoxy resin, and that it will end up like, the tool in my hand is just a, it's actually they're available on Amazon, and it's a clay sculpting silicone brush. But you can get these in the cake decorating section or in the model car section at Hobby Lobby. You can also get them by the paintbrushes. They sell these in almost every area at Hobby Lobby in a different package for different things. Do you know if you can use your UV light for drying your nails? Yes, I think I can. Yes, I think I can. You guys, I had enough to do both of them, and I'm so glad. And I've already got more of our Chalk Couture resin on order. All right, I'm gonna move my pumpkins over and try to slide my crow right in there on top of that silicone mat. These ones just might be my favorite. What's underneath it? That's just, those are, it's just a silicone mat, these small little silicone mats that I got at Hobby Lobby. So that when I do the epoxy resin, or when I do any resin for that matter, it doesn't stay on my surface. You can UV light that thing to no end, and it's just going to peel right off. You can use it to spread paste too instead of squeegee. Yep, I use this for paste in small places. I use this thing for resin. I'll use this thing, I mean, like anything. You can use these little silicone brushes for anything. I love them. And I've got them in all sorts of different sizes. All right, I'm not going to take my gloves off just yet. Just in case this doesn't set the way that it's supposed to. But I think these are going to be my favorite. Yay, Janet, I'm so glad. Underneath the coasters right here, this is actually the coaster mold that we made. And it comes in a set. You get 5 of these, and then you get 1 of these in a set with 2 bottles, 1 bottle of resin and 1 bottle of hardener from my shop. And you can make a whole set. I do think that I'm going to end up doing this with these ones right here that didn't work out so well. And this one right here, I just like it. I just like it as an extra one. Just the way it is. You call it a squeegee on a stick? You guys, how many times have I pushed the button? Only once for the crow, right? I want to be that person who pokes it to see, but then I'm afraid that I'm going to mess it up. Do you have to wear safety glasses with resin? I usually don't, but the fact that I had my face right down in it was probably a good idea for me to put them on. I don't know. Maybe it's, I don't know. I don't know, but it was always 5. You can make as many as you want though. So yes, I used the mixed resin. I used these two to make the coasters themselves. And I just put some mica powder in that. And then now I'm using the UV just to fill in my bubbles that I made and to seal our design to the top of one. Oh, Carol! Oh, thank you, Janet. Okay, do I poke it yet? Do you guys think I should poke it yet? It still looks wet to me. It's not, though. It's not wet at all! Y'all, it just looks like it's wet. But it's not. That's sealed in there, you guys. And it looks fantastic. Look at that, y'all. With the UV resin right on top to seal in that image. I have a couple of spaces where it kind of separated, though. And I need to fill in it. But I was trying to be so careful with how much I used on that one. Doesn't that look cool? My other one should be much better because I knew that I had enough resin to do both of them. It's, oh my gosh. Yo, look at that. That one turned out awesome. That one turned out so good. I love it. I love it. Even with the bubble in there. Even with the bubble, you guys. And now that paste is just sealed right in there. So you can totally do your design over top of your two-part epoxy resin and then put your UV resin on top to seal that in. Absolutely. Oh my gosh, that one's my favorite. That one's my favorite. I like the pumpkins, but I got to put a little bit more resin on there and stick it back under the light just to even that out. Because I was trying to just use a little bit of that. All right, you guys. I think that that's it for tonight. I do think that I'm going to get more resin from our company because it's the stuff that I like. I like it a lot. And then for these ones right here that didn't turn out as well as I had hoped, I'm going to go ahead and go back over these and do the exact same thing that I did with these ones with this and just line it up with that. No, my bats didn't show up on there at all, but I do love the color. So I'm going to redo these ones, you guys, the exact same way that I did these ones because this is my favorite way. Okay, we tried it in a couple of different ways. This is definitely my favorite technique. And I think that that works the best. And this one right here, I just think that that's going to be a cool one to go with it. We'll see. Maybe I'll find another design that I want to put on there that'll kind of go with it. But definitely, my favorite is two-part epoxy resin to make it, and then UV resin on top to seal it in. So, all right, you guys, there they go. There's our coasters. I think they turned out pretty darn cool. You guys, I am no expert, but I still hope that y'all learned a little bit. I could do that. I could definitely do that. I could remake them and I could glue them right to the front. I sure could. And I could probably even use the thicker resin to do that with those ones. So it'll fit. It'll probably fit 8 coasters, but you'd only get 5 in thing. You only get 5 in there. And then I would suggest putting something on the back of them so they don't stick together because sometimes that happens. Most of the time I put a little bit of felt or some felt feed on there. Also keeps it from scratching the table. But, all right, you guys, there it is. I think it turned out pretty darn well. I hope that you guys learned something. I definitely learned something doing this project. And I will see you guys back here again. Oh, y'all, listen for the announcement. Y'all, I'm going camping tomorrow. Okay? So, I'm going camping. I will be off all weekend. Okay? I'm going to be off all weekend at the camping site. I'm going to try to take, I might go impromptu live while we're there. I don't know, because being the mom, there's a lot to do. Yeah, or cork on the back would work too. Yep. But you guys, we're camping this weekend. There will be no live tutorial, but I might jump on just to say hi with you guys and show you one of the campsites that we like to stay at. Okay. All right, y'all. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, I'm still here for that. And I will see you guys back here again Monday, okay? All right. Love you all so much. Have a great weekend. Bye, everybody.